What's up, guys? If you're interested in hanging out and chatting with me while I grab footage that you'll likely see in future videos, head on over to my Twitch channel linked in the description below, where we can talk all things COD, gaming, whatever life throws at us. Hope to see you there, but let's get back into the content at hand. So this is it, friends. The final update of Season 4 for Modern Warfare is upon us today, and as we anticipated, while not a whole ton of stuff dropped, it is still that regularly scheduled changes that we see every week and some stuff to talk about that did change in-game. But as always, I want to run down all these changes here with you so that you're in the know and know everything to expect when you jump onto Modern Warfare and Warzone for the first time today, later this week, whenever it may be, with all this new content. So that said, we're going to take a look at all of that here today, but as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this update? Is it something that you're enjoying it right now, or maybe you're checked out until Season 5 drops next week? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know. But as well, if you are new to the channel, perhaps a part of that 58% of viewers not subscribed, do be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare, Warzone, and COD 2020 as we round into Season 5 and what secrets that may hold in the coming days. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's start out with the stuff that, of course, you can end up seeing in-game actually changed, that being your multiplayer playlist refresh. Added in with this week's multiplayer playlist update, we ended up seeing the playable modes of Ground War, Gunfight, Gunfight 3v3, Knives Only, Shipment 24/7, Shoot House 24/7, and Deathmatch Domination and Drop Zone as a mosh pit playlist there. Now, Ground War and Gunfight, of course, are the standard traditional ones. Nothing different about those. Going back to the normal regular versions of those, where we've seen some subtle variations of those in the recent weeks. Gunfight 3v3, Knives Only, though, is the one that kickstarts our limited time modes here with what we have on offer that's different for this week. It's 3v3 gunfight, as you normally would expect, but this time just knives only, and with a combat knife this time starting out, as opposed to what it was previously when it was first introduced. Shipment 24/7 is something that is, of course, a huge win in my opinion here, and as we'll talk about in just a second, the fact that it is not tethered to Shoot House as well, and both are there as their own stable game modes, that's phenomenal. If you have anything you need to rank up in terms of weaponry, anything you need to do for your officer rank before the season ends up, you need to hit 155. You have your pick of the litter here with Shipment or Shoot House, the two big fan favorites here for this year, and the maps that are basically the most chaotic. So Shipment and Shoot House 24/7, both in their own stable playlist, is fantastic to me. I love that move and definitely going to be jumping into both of those here in the upcoming week. Deathmatch Domination and Drop Zone is a combination of both of those. It's a 50-50 mosh pit here with this, like how we saw in the past. Different maps of, say, Shoot the Ship or Dirty Old Houseboat. It's just those game modes, you can get the rotation of those of Deathmatch Domination, playing not only to the points and the domination score that goes along with that, but anytime you get a kill, you also net yourself a point towards that score as well for your team. So you get the hybrid of, if you want to be a Slayer, you are still helping the objective here ever so slightly, but also playing for those flags is definitely still something you want to prioritize. Drop Zone, again, being that mode that is from the classics and COD's been back in Modern Warfare 2019 a few times since the launch of the game, and it's something that you don't have kill streaks naturally, but you have to fight over a hardpoint style drop zone in which that's where care packages will drop. So it can get really crazy really fast depending on what streaks end up dropping, but you end up playing for that score limit as well. That's going to do it, though, for the multiplayer side of things. Jumping over to Warzone, we don't have a whole lot here that's changed out for this week. We have our standard Battle Royale game modes of solos, duos, trios, and quads. Stimulus duos got removed here from the weekend playlist and has been replaced with just standard duos, and also Plunder is the blood money variation, so a little bit more in that increased cash drop for contracts and kills, but a subtle variation that's pretty fun to play around with if you guys like Plunder as well. That's the changes here in terms of the multiplayer side of things. Moving, though, to the other stuff that has changed here at this week. On the shop side of things, we ended up seeing two bundles added in here with this week. Over the weekend, we saw a couple added in as well, but strictly with this update, we saw two bundles added in, the Zane Gold and Idol bundle and also the Spectrum bundle. Now, the Zane Gold and Idol bundle is available for 2,000 COD points, in which it's your traditional featured bundle. You end up getting an operator, 2 weapon blueprints, and a bunch of other customization, but with it, you end up getting the Icon Zane skin, the King's Highway M13 blueprint, the High Plains Drifter Magnum, the Golden Mean Watch, the Shimmering Strike Charm, the Limit Break sticker, the Alright Quip, the Under Your Skin calling card, the Destroyed by You emblem, and the Dissonance spray. Again, all of that is for 2,000 COD points. The skin's pretty awesome, but I'm still a huge fan of the current Zane skin that I have, that being the Panzer one. I don't think that I would change off of that, so that's something that if you're interested in Zane outfits, definitely worth looking into. The King's Highway and the High Plains Drifter honestly are pretty cool cool variations of a gold camo, but it is something that if you have gold camo, it's not all that different. So entirely up to you, that's available there. As for the Spectrum camo though, that is something that is available on the M4A1 and also comes along with the Worlds Apart emblem and the Interstellar Dreams calling card. This is available for only 500 COD points. It is a very minimal bundle here with it, but it is something that you may be interested in. Like we talked about, it's something that I love. Spectrum camo, probably my favorite camo in all of Call of Duty history, but the problem I have is that the other two attachments here with this of the Operator foregrip and the GI Mini Reflex, not really all that bad, but when you consider that it has the Predator barrel naturally attached to it, you lose a ton of functionality and viability in a lot of gunplay just for that camo if you want to keep it on. But if you want to make it something that is a viable weapon for a lot of engagements by tossing on, say, the Corvus Custom or the M16 Grenadier barrel, you're going to lose out on that camo. And that's the downside here that I really am kind of bummed out about. But it is something that comes along with the XRK iron sights as well, so you can take away that GI Mini Reflex, putting on other attachments where you elsewhere see fit, but it is something that's available for 500 COD points as well. Now, interestingly enough, we actually do have 2 items missing from the current Season 4 shop items that we knew about, stuff that was added in within the Season 4 Reloaded update that may be coming as of next week perhaps, but we thought because they were added in with Season 4's other content here, we thought they would be making their way in by the end of Season 4, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Those being the Mara Kawaii Cat bundle and also the Ragnarok bundle. Now, for those that are interested here in this in the future, the included items with said bundles of the Kawaii Cat are the Notice Meow Mara skin, the Slaying Moon M13 blueprint, the Aomi sword, which could be a blueprint here, maybe a dual katana Kali sticks melee variant, but it also could be one of its own weapons of itself, something brand new like the Kali sticks were, perhaps maybe again if it is something that's pushed back until Season 5 as another launch melee like we saw with the Kali sticks. It also comes with though the Nyan Nyan Epic Charm, the Kawaii Copter vehicle skin for the helicopter, the Kawaii Metal vehicle skin for the IAV, the Just Perfect calling card, the Mara Cat emblem, the Miyamore Operator Quip, and the Queen of Spades finishing move. On the Ragnarok side of things, you end up having the Gungnir Minotaur Operator skin, you end up having the Bloodlust PKM and the Riddle of Steel Legendary Combat Knife Blueprint, you have the You Want to Play Epic Operator Quip, the Barbarian Weapon Charm, the Raid Blade Epic Sticker, the Hammer of the Gods vehicle skin, the Pillager calling card, the Fight the Horde emblem, and the Killing Floor Spray. Those listed in-game for 2 different prices of the Kawaii Cat at 2,400 COD points and the Ragnarok at 1,800 COD points, but perhaps one of these are introduced as of this weekend, perhaps one of these are saved for next season. But for those that were looking out for those 2, because they do look to be pretty cool bundles if you ask me, those were not added in as of today with the final mainline update for Modern Warfare. Now, as of recording my B-roll footage, jumping in and checking all these changes here, it did look like the tier sale was still active for the Battle Pass. I don't recall if that was mentioned anywhere that it would end at a specific time, but that seems to be going on, though we do have a double XP event for your rank, your weapons, as well as Battle Pass later on in the week here, starting on Friday. So if you can save yourself some cash and you still need to finish up that Battle Pass, I'd definitely say wait until this weekend to just grind it out here at that, and then, again, save yourself the couple of bucks. But also coming along this weekend, we will see a little bit of a smaller playlist update like we mentioned here in yesterday's video, because we do have Juggernaut Royale returning here for the closeout of Season 5, that being something that will be returning as of Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with that Friday and weekend update that usually happens. So that's something you can look forward to. Right now we have these changes, but they're not all that we're going to be seeing change here over the course of the next coming days. Now, as for if we have an update next week, next Tuesday, I'm not expecting it because Wednesday is when Season 5 will drop, so it's kind of like we end up getting an extra 12 to 24 hours on the season as opposed to what we normally would, so this week is going to last a little bit longer than, say, last week did, even though that, in theory, when you talk about it, makes no sense. But anyways, yeah. Final update here for Modern Warfare's Season 4, and honestly, I'm excited for what we have on deck here, what's coming in the next week or so, and what we may see in the meantime, whether that be new teasers, whether that be maybe even 2020 teasers of some kind, because again, like we've talked about, Season 5 looks to be that home for what could be a 2020 reveal, so we'll see how everything breaks down and plays out here with that, but for right now, that is everything we have on deck and everything you need to know about about Modern Warfare Season 4's final update. So that said, that's where we're going to wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Are you looking forward to any of these modes here that we got this week, any of these items in the shop, or are you just, again, maybe just coasting it out until Season 5 and then you jump on to grind out the new stuff? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare updates, news, information, tips, tricks, Season 5 information, and all the like we got you covered here on the channel. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected from outside of YouTube. I can live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.